Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of B-17 Queen of the Skies. This is going to be episode 6 here on the World War II Solitaire board game channel. So things are about to change for us. We had 5 milk runs now and now we get to mission 6. Things are going to be a lot more difficult. However, even though we have been quite lucky with our crew, we haven't lost a single crew member and we haven't lost our first B-17. We had 4 draws and 1 victory, so we are currently winning the campaign. We had no defeat. Our B-17 is Heaven's Way. Our bombardier is Lieutenant Johnny P. He has completed 6 missions. When he gets to 11, he has a positive modifier for the bomb run. He has taken down Messerschmitt. Navigator is Victor. Pilot is yours truly. Co-pilot is Rodrigo Buffett. Engineer is Ronald Lee Ermy. He got also a Messerschmitt kill. And then we have radio operator Tom Martin, ball turret gunner Angus Young, port waist gunner Malcolm Young, starboard waist gunner Cliff Williams, and tail gunner Bon Scott. So let's go ahead and roll to see where we have our mission today. And this time we look at the green 2 chart, mission 6 to 10. Roll 1d10. And we get Abbeville, so we actually get one of the easy missions. So we know Abbeville here, and this is going to be a first time for us. Let's see here. It's an airfield. How is that going to fit here? The boxes are really, really small in this one, so it's actually rather hard to enter the city names here. It's easier here. Abbeville. Airfield. Alright, and then we go ahead and roll for our format position. So first formation for position. And roll 4, that is going to be in the middle. And now for the very first time we roll for our squadron position with just 1d6. And roll 4, that is going to be in the middle. So that is going to be a positive modifier for us actually. That is going to give us less enemy fighter waves to deal with. And finally we check out G11 flight log gazetteer. We see here for Abbeville we have a -2 and a +1 in zone 3. So the -2 becomes a -3 combined with our squadron position. And the +1 in 3 becomes a 0 because of our squadron position. And that is everything we need to know. Let's head out to the target. So we go to zone 1, and as usual in zone 1 there is no combat. And then we go to zone 2. Now we have to roll for combat. Roll on B1 as usual with a -2 to our roll. Roll 4, which becomes 2. That is going to be no combat, no fighter waves. We should actually also have rolled for G5. Doesn't really matter if you do it before or after. But we roll 4 on G5. So we note that our target cover is fair. So we do not have that very good cover from our friendly fighters each zone. We go to zone number 3, and that is a designated target zone. So we start by rolling on G5 for fighter cover, and roll a 3. That is going to be fair. So note here we have fair. Then roll 2d6 for the weather, and roll 9. That is going to be good weather. And then we roll on B2, buff 2 for our enemy fighters, and we hope to get a low number. We have no modifier. And roll 5, that is not the number we want, but it's okay. That is just 2 fighter waves. Anything but 6 will make me happy here. So we note on this part here, our fighter waves. First one is 56. We had that one before, I think. 56 is no attackers. I'll just note 56 here. I'll make a scratch over it. And then we have one more. and that is 63. 63 is 3 190s. So we note 63 here, and we go to the combat map. So we got a bunch of Focke-Wulfs coming in at us. All of them are coming in at high, 10:30, 12 o'clock, and 1:30 o'clock. So first we have fair cover, and we look at the M4 fighter cover defense chart. We see that we would very much like to roll a 5 or a 6 to drive at least 2 of them away. And we roll a 6, very good. That means we drive 2 of them away. Let's see which ones we will choose. And we're gonna get rid of these 2 because at the top one you could, or 12 o'clock, you can only fire 2 guns, but at 10:30, 1:30 you can fire up to 3 guns. So 10:30 high we can fire our top turret. We can fire our port cheek gun, and then also our port waist gun. Before we fire, we're gonna go ahead and remember to mark the ammo. Top turret, 1 box. Port cheek is gonna be 1 box. And port waist, 1 box. I would have liked to use spray fire, but spray fire cannot be used at 10:30. We roll for pilot status, and that should be 10, so that is just average. And we roll for hits now. So to hit this one, we will only hit on a roll of 6 at 10:30 high, unfortunately. So we fire with the top turret first, and the top turret is the engineer, Ronald Lee Ermey. He misses. Port cheek gun. So in the port it could be the navigator or the bombardier. And I guess it would normally be the bombardier, who is Johnny P. He rolls 6, Johnny P, you do good. We roll to see the damage here to hit the fighter, and unfortunately we have a negative modifier here. Add +1 to the die roll. All damage against Focke-Wulfs are -1, unless it's a twin gun, which is not. So we have a -1 to a roll. Roll 5, that turns into a 4. That is still a very decent roll, because that means he's going to break off after this attack, and he has a -2. And then we have our port waist gun, that is Malcolm Young. 6 to hit, he rolls 1, that is a miss. Okay, so we remove our MG firing here, and we are now going to let the Focke-Wulf do his fire, and attacking from 10:30 high, he will hit on a roll of a 5 or a 6, but he has a -2 to his roll. And he rolls 6, and the 6 turns into a 4. However, and unfortunately that does not matter, as we can see here on the chart, M3, it tells us that regardless of any modifiers in effect, a roll of 6 is always a hit. So he does in fact hit us. So what we need to roll for now is to see how many shots he hit for. He fires at 10:30. He rolls 7, so that is going to be 1 hit. And I think also if the attacking fighter is a Focke-Wulf, multiply the number of shell hits by 1.5, rounding down. So the 1 turns into 1.5, but rounded down, it is a 1. So we're still good. We need to see what part of us he hits. He hits from 10:30 at high. So we roll 2d. 8 is going to be a wing. So we need to find out what wing. That is going to be port wing. Okay. We then roll 2d6 on B-11 wings. And the roll is a 9. That is the engine. Okay. If port wing, which it is, 1 to 3, number 1 engine, 4 to 6, number 2 engine. Okay, so we roll to see what engine it is. 1, and that is going to be number 1 engine. And then we have to roll again. We can see here on a roll 1 to 2, it's superficial. 3 to 4, engine out. 5, runaway engine, or 6, an oil tank is hit. Oh. 4, that's not what we wanted. That is going to be engine out. Okay, so our one of our engines is unfortunately out. So we put an engine marker on the port wing, and when one engine out, you can only stay in formation if you jettison your bombs immediately. But if the B-17 is already in the target zone when the engine is knocked out, it may bomb the target and still remain in formation. So that's what we're gonna do. So we'll note here, engine number 1 out. That's the scariest damage we have gotten so far. The fighter now breaks off because he has this marker on him. So that takes care of that wave. We scratch wave 63. And that means we now have to deal with the flak. So first we roll on O2, flak over target. Let's hope for a low roll. 1, no flak. Okay, that is pretty sweet. So we have no flak. That's good since we have an engine out. Roll to see if we manage to bomb the target. On roll of 3 to 6, we manage. Johnny P, Johnny P, Johnny P. Johnny P is very good at shooting fighter planes, but he's not a very good bombardier. We are off target. We can still hit with a pinch of luck on a 2, 3, 11, or 12. And roll 6. That is okay. It was a 6. That is just a shame because it's happened a few too many times now. But I guess maybe that was how it was. It was pretty hard hitting your targets, and I guess we should just be very happy if we manage to survive. Okay, so we turn around. We have at least we have got rid of our bombs, so that's good. We have to roll now on charge G5 to see our fighter cover on the way back. And roll 5, so we have good fighter cover in the zone on the way back, so that's a relief. We go ahead and roll one last time now for enemy fighters on B2. Oops, gonna re-roll that. And we roll a 1, perfect, that is just one wave of enemy fighters. And roll for what wave we shall receive. We shall receive 43. That is 190 and 2 109s. So we note here 43. And we go to the combat. Okay, so we have 190 at 12 o'clock high and 2 109s here at 3 o'clock level and 130 level. And we are gonna go ahead and roll for fighter cover. We are lucky we have good fighter cover. We roll a 1, so that's not lucky, but with good fighter cover that still means we can get rid of one of these guys. And we're gonna get rid of the Focke-Wulf. And the rest of the guys we're gonna try to take out. We're gonna focus on this guy because getting hit here is really awful. So the 109 at 3 o'clock level, we can fire the top and ball turret and the starboard waist gun. So we shall fire the top turret. That is our engineer who already got a kill, Ronald Lee Emery. And then the ball turret, who is manned by Angus Young. And then our starboard waist turret, and he will also use spray fire, and that's Cliff Williams. And let's see here, what can we fire then at 130 level? Ball turret and starboard cheek, so he's just gonna get the starboard cheek. We go ahead and mark off the ammo. Starboard cheek first. And top turret. Ball turret. And port waist, starboard waist I mean. And then we roll left to right for pilot status. 8, he's an average. And last one, 4, he's also an average. Okay, so to hit the 130 here level, we are going to need a roll of 6. And we're going to roll of 2, so that is going to be a miss. To hit at 3 o'clock level with the top and ball turret, we need a roll of 5 or 6. So top turret rolls 3. Unfortunately, that is a miss. And then the ball turret, he rolls a 6, so that is a hit. Again, our engineer is one hell of a shot. We're gonna go ahead and roll for damage, and we have a +1 to our roll now because it's a twin turret gun. We roll a 5, that's a 6. This guy blows up. I can't believe it, because that means we have another kill. So we mark on our engineer here. Let's see, where is that? ME-109. And I'll go ahead and mark it up on the composite mission record before we forget it. 0% bombing, I'm afraid. ME-109, that's his second kill. When they get 5 kills, that means you have got ace status, and you will have always a +1 to your attack roll. So we get rid of these. And before we move on, we're going to do one thing, and that is we're going to roll for the spray fire, which was done by our starboard waist gunner, just to see if we have a weapon jam. We roll a 1, so we do have a weapon jam. So I just turn his marker here to show that he cannot fire. And then we roll for our ME-109 coming in at 130 level. 130 level to hit us. He is gonna not need a 5 or a 6. And I always roll the red one for the Germans. It feels better. And he rolls a 4, so he misses, and zoom, he goes away. Perfect. So we're back here on the travel map, and we are going back now to Zone 2. First, we roll for fighter cover, and roll a 3. That is going to be fair cover. And then we roll on B1. We have a -2 now to the roll. -3 actually even. So that becomes a 2, and that is no enemy fighters. And why we have -3 is -2 for the Gazette, -1 for our squadron position. So quite lucky. That means no fighters attack us. They attack instead the other squadrons in the positions, for example in low position. And we get back to zone number 1. We roll for weather and roll 7. That is gonna be good weather, meaning we are pretty much guaranteed now, or we are guaranteed to actually have survived this mission. We land on a 8 Air Force base and roll on the landing box. We roll 5, and 2 to 12 is crew and B-17 are safe. I don't see any modifier here for having one engine out. So nope, a roll of 5, we're safe, and that means we have successfully, maybe not successfully, but we have completed mission number 6. Unfortunately, it is going to be a draw again. So we have done 5 missions now, which have been draws, and 1 has been a victory. So by the rule standards, we're still winning, but I would like to get more victories. Very cool to see our engineer, Ronald Lee Ermy, getting another kill. That is his second fighter kill, so 3 more and he will be an ace. Our bombardier needs 5 more missions to become an ace bombardier. He's going to have a good +1 to his bomb run rolls. That is mission 6. That means we have 19 missions to go to get these men home and get the bomber retired. I'm really hoping that we can do it. I am starting to feel like, you know, these are friends of mine. So yeah, getting a little bit concerned. Hopefully we can get that bomb run level up as well. Thank you guys for watching me as always. I hope you will join me for the next episode. See you for the next episode, guys.